Hello guys, welcome to another Destiny video. The gameplay you're going to see in the background is not really relevant. It will just I'll just be roaming around really, because it's what I want to speak about. You guys, recently I uploaded a video of me and my friend actually killing Atheon, just the two of us. Now we actually did the whole raid, just us two. It took like 2 hours to do, just me and my friend. But it was a good time, we had a good time. It was really hard, but why not? I thought, might as well try. And I'm just going to be talking about how we did it, just in case any of you guys want to know how to do it, and maybe you guys can have a good go. Now, you guys, I'm not being offensive, but you do need to be fairly good and know what you're doing, and have a decent weaponry if you want to do this. So, we did all of it. We didn't cheat on anything. We didn't do the glitch where you can just open the vault door without going to it and shoot. We actually did the whole thing, just me and my pal. Sorry, excuse me. So part one, getting into the vault. As we all know, Vault Glass, in order to get into the vault to actually start the raid, you have to keep 3 panels controlled by you, and which will spawn a spire. If you lose any of the control sync plates, the spire will deconstruct and you have to start again. The only way they actually deconstruct is if you allow a Praetorian, which is basically a Yellow Half Minotaur, get onto the plate. So what we did is, as soon as we spawned, there's 3 panels. There's one to the left of you, then you go further up and there's one in the middle, and then you go further around, there's one on the right. I positioned myself on the left one at the bottom, and my friend positioned himself on the right, on the far side. No one went to the middle, because the thing is, the enemy spawn, the way they work is enemies don't actually spawn up on middle. The ones that will go to middle to attack that plate actually spawn down by the left sync plate through a spawn darkness zone, and they teleport in by the right sync plate and then just walk up to it. So what we did is we actually had to like shoot all the enemies that were actually coming to the 2 plates that we were on, and shoot all the enemies that would walk up towards the middle to stop them getting on it. We actually did this fairly easily, and it is actually a lot easier than I made that sound. I recommend something like a Found Verdict or maybe a Sword Breaker to easily kill the Minotaurs, or as they're named, Praetorians, and then the rest of the enemies like Goblins and Harpies aren't much of a problem. So once we formed the spire and got inside, obviously we went down into Templar's lair and we did confluxes. First round of conflux is the one in the middle. I set up on the left side, my mate set up on the right side. I'd just shoot them as they spawn, my mate would do the same. Any enemies that spawn right in the middle, we both just shoot. Second round was the 2 confluxes, left conflux, right conflux. I positioned myself right by the conflux on the left, my mate would do the same on the right. Killing enemies as they spawned, and then turning around and blasting any enemies that spawn from the middle. I recommend something like a rocket launcher to easily get rid of all the enemies in the middle, and then something like probably the Fatebringer and then the Found Verdict or Sword Breaker for killing the other enemies. Third round, which was all 3, we stayed the same, one by left, one by right, and there's one at the middle. It was like all you have to do really is do the same thing and just make sure you are clearing out middle so no enemies walk up from middle and get up to the back conflux. This is fairly difficult, so you do have to be on your whereabouts, and it is quite hard. And by the way, I do recommend, you will need at least 1 Warlock in the game, Warlock who's on like Fireborn. This is compulsory if you want to do this legitly with only 2 players. So once you cleared all 3 confluxes, obviously becomes Oracles. Now Oracles, I was on left, my friend was on right. We started to learn the patterns of the Oracle spawn each round. We equipped a Corrective Measure, heavy, a Found Verdict secondary, and then I had a Red Death, I had a Fatebringer. And now the Found Verdict and Corrective Measure are really crucial, as you can really just blast Oracles away. 3 rounds from my Found Verdict kills an Oracle, and obviously it's full auto, so you can get them nice and quick. I do suggest maybe the other character being a Hunter, simply so you can both actually have Blink. I actually had my Nova Bomb class on my Warlock, so then what I do is I blink around the room, get into all the Oracles as fast as I can. If you're on left side, you cover front left, back left, the one at the side, like right on the edge on left, and then you middle, and then the one on the right covers front right, far right, and hidden right, and then you both just basically get middle. Usually I'll just blink around with shotgun, firing them all, and then switch into heavy, and then like if I can't get there in time, I'll just, because usually have Nova Bomb, I'll throw the Nova Bomb at the usually on the middle one, and that will quickly get rid of that. That was definitely the hardest part of Vault Glass on hard with only the 2 of us. It was very hard. It took us several attempts, but eventually we did do it. When we actually did do it on the last wave, I died and my mate just killed the last Oracle, but we didn't know, so I was like, oh, this is a wipe. Because if any of you die, it is just a straight wipe. Do not try and do Oracles on your own, you won't do it. so it's basically a wipe. But my mate was like, hold on, I'm not going to wipe because I'm not sure if it's the last round. And luckily he didn't wipe because it was the last round. I respawned, we got the rewards. Templar, we chose to do it in an easier way. We tried it legit and we ended up failing because my friend messed up using Relic. So then we respawned up top. He jumped down and grabbed Relic. I stayed up top. He would run around with the Relic, killing Harpies and killing Oracles. I would also kill, because 2 Oracles spawn per time when he's not in rage. I kill one with my Vision of Confluence, and my other friend would kill the other one with the Relic. He'd then drop his shield. I'd get rid of my Detainment shield. Then I'd use a Gjallarhorn to damage him, and then I'd switch to a Praedyth's Revenge and do further damage on the Templar. I had Praedyth's Revenge and Vision of Confluence, so these both maxed out. These are both good at getting rid of Oracles, and Gjallarhorn because of the substantial damage it does. So eventually we managed to grind through that and kill Templar. We actually did that second time because the first time we messed up when we was both down there. Templar was easy enough. Oracles is actually the really big problem. So then we got to Gorgon. Now you actually cannot two-man this. You will need a friend or something just to join the game, because if you've only got 1 or 2 players in the game when you get to Gorgon, Darkness Zone will not activate and the exit for Gorgons to get to Jumping Pools will be blocked. So you will need a 3rd player to join the game and then go down into the maze, and that will activate Darkness Zone. This is to actually stop players from soloing or two-manning. But you can get him in, simply open, and then that opens the door. You can then pass through and the guy leaves, which is what we had to do. So thanks to my friend for doing that. Once we did that, we obviously did the jumping puzzle as usual, dropped down to basically Gatekeeper, which is where you have to get the 2 relics and kill Gatekeeper first. What we did is we ran in. As soon as the door opened, we blasted Gatekeeper away and then ran to left side sync plate. As soon as you activate the sync plate and the portal opens, all the enemies in the room would despawn. My friend then ran through, because he was a hunter, he had Celestial Nighthawk, he ran through, fired the Nighthawk at the Gatekeeper at the back, and that instantly killed him, spawning the relic at the back. My mate will then run to the back, pick up the relic. I will stay on the other side with a Found Verdict and blow away the Praetorian and then finish off the goblins. By the time my teammate's out, because he was quick in doing it, the second Praetorian didn't spawn. As he was coming out, I'd leave the sync plate and run to the other side, so by the time he's out and cleansing, I'm already opening the gate on the other side. You do have to be quick for this bit. Once I'm in, I run in, I Nova Bomb the Gatekeeper, takes him to low health, then I fire a Gjallarhorn, that finishes him off. And the Gjallarhorn Wolfpack rounds finished any other enemies off. I then sprinted to the back, picked up the relic and quickly got out. Just in time, actually cleansed myself, and then we both quickly run to Conflux and finish off any Minotaurs. All the other enemies would despawn, both portals will open, and you will have 3 yellow health Minotaurs spawn from both portals. So the main objective is make sure you kill all 3 of them, and then that should end it really. Bear in mind there will be Minotaurs spawning, so kill them when you can. Because as soon as you kill all 3 Minotaurs from both portals, that will end that stage. Now Atheon. This was quite hard, but once we got the hang of it, we did it. So as you've seen in the video, what you have to do is you have a Warlock with self-res, and what you have to do is make sure you charge the res. If it's not charged, you will have to charge it a bit. Then just before Atheon teleports, you jump off the edge and keep wiping until it charges, because if he teleports you both, then what will end up happening is your super will drain. So you have to keep doing it. It's long, but once your self-res is charged and your run starts, you will actually wipe. The Warlock will wipe, and the Hunter or whatever character you are stays in the game. Ignore the barking in my background, that's my dog, sorry. So then once your Warlock wipes, he teleports your teammate into a pool. As soon as he teleports, the Warlock self-reses, you will not be teleported. You then go to whatever sync plate your mate is on and start opening the gate, killing all the supplicants in the area. Your mate, once he's inside, actually has to kill all Oracles by himself. Now this is very hard. My mate as a hunter, what he did is he actually used Corrective Measure to kill the first 2. Then he used Golden Gun to kill another 2. Then used his Corrective Measure on another 2. And then used the Relic to kill the final one. Then he quickly runs out, cleanses himself. You then focus damage on Atheon. He will do damage on Atheon while I carry on clearing out the rest of the supplicants. Then if I clear them in time, I will damage Atheon. This is very hard, but you just keep doing this. And then just before Time's Vengeance runs out, because the second Time's Vengeance runs out, he teleports you again. So what you do is once just like about, I'd say about 3 seconds before it runs out, the Warlock then jumps back off the edge because Time's Vengeance will instantly give your super back. You then jump back off the edge just before Time's Vengeance runs out, and then once you down, it will, obviously you have options to self-res. He will then teleport your mate back into another portal. You then self-res again. You keep repeating this process bit by bit, damaging Atheon until eventually you will kill him. And that is how to 2-man the Vault of Glass on hard. This was very hard. This is not an easy, and you do need to have good communication, and you do need to be fairly skilled, and you do pretty much need some Vault of Glass weapons maxed out, otherwise you won't kill oracles fast enough. So that's how to do it with 2 players. It is very hard to do, I must say, and it did take us 2 to 2.5 hours, but we did it in the end, and it was good. And maybe by listening to this guide, you and your friends can do Vault of Glass on hard mode with only 2 players. You can use the same strategy to solo, but soloing it will be just ridiculous hard. So 2 people is a good challenge. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of a tutorial on how to actually 2-man Vault of Glass on hard. I hope you guys found this useful. Maybe you guys can go and do my challenge, because that's the challenge I set you guys. I'm setting you guys the challenge to 2-man Vault of Glass on hard. If you manage to do this, just upload it to YouTube and I will go and look if you send me a message. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please comment, rate and subscribe, please. That helps me out very much, and I will see you guys on my next video.